It all started in the month of August when I first saw her in my tuition class. I was just 16 and was a pretty laid back kid, while she was bold, ambitious, and beautiful. And we were quite the opposite. But somehow, as time passed by, we started to get along really well and became good friends. And to be honest, I really liked her company. And I still remember, no matter what happened, I never skipped a class just to be with her. Slowly, I realized I was falling for her, but was afraid to lose the friendship we had. She was quirky and crazy and mature at the same time, while I was silly and never took anything seriously. She understood me like no one else did, and I would tell her everything without even thinking twice. She became my best friend, the best friend I fell in love with. So one day I wrote a letter about how I felt. She took it, tore it, and threw it away. But I stitched the letter and again gave it to her the next day. Apparently, she was just afraid that our relation would not work as we both came from a different religion. From that moment, we grew closer, and after 6 months, she said yes. From then, we were always together, and I felt complete with her. Like every couple, we went on dates, and I still remember the nervous me waiting for her at the movie theater and the first kiss we had. We went on long walks and talked endlessly about silly things. One thing she loved was rain, so whenever it rained, we were like kids again. We dreamed together about every possible thing for our future, like naming our kids and adopting a dog. We dreamed us getting old together. We sat together for hours holding hands. We were complete. After we graduated our school, she went for her nurse training, and for months we could not talk. So we used to write diaries and exchange it whenever we met. We were distant, but never apart from each other, still holding on those dreams we saw together. I never opened up to anybody until I met her. And what made our relationship beautiful was those small things we did for each other. And I can never define in words that how peaceful it felt whenever she was around me. Nothing could go wrong. You were perfect, and I could not imagine my life without her. Since the day I met her, it was almost 4 years we were together, and I just didn't realize time passing by so quick. And it was the month of February 2018. She left. My worst fear was coming into life. Maybe she was right, maybe she had her reasons, but I was not able to cope with that, and I was not ready for this. I was not ready to let everything end, to let her go. I was lost, and I was clueless, and I didn't know what to do next. Every day I was trying to contact her, struggling to save what we had, and one day everything just stopped. Most of the times I just stayed inside, laying in my bed and doing nothing. I could not sleep, I could not eat. I just needed to do something to stop her. But my screams never reached her. Every passing day felt like I was going far from her. I could see her going far from me, but I could do nothing and watch helplessly. Only negative thoughts were running in my mind, and I didn't realize that thing was ruining my relationship with my family and my friends. I was getting far from them. I was in a dark place, and it took me to a moment that I wanted to end it, and maybe that's why I tried to end it off. I was changing, and it was eating me from inside, mentally and physically. So after months, I just lost the hope I had and wanted to forget her, which made it worse. I didn't want to lose what I had left now, my family and my dadi. I never talked to her about my feelings, but she could see that I was not okay. So she helped me a lot with what I was going through. At that moment, she was the only one I had. She was helping me get out of the dark place I was in. I was closer to her more than my parents. Even if I was old enough, she would take care of me like a little kid. My daddy was a strong woman. She was strict with everybody, but for me, she was the most lovable person. And I love her. And after 1 year, on 29th of January 2019, she left us all. She lost her battle against cancer. After she passed away, I thought I will lose myself all over again, but at that moment I realized something. My daddy never wanted to leave us, and I can say she fought her way till her last breath. But maybe it was time for her to go. But then what I realized was I never forced myself to forget the memories we had. Instead, we keep those memories forever. Because what happened gave us the pain, not the moments we spent together. So now I just remember the beautiful memories.
Darjeeling Prankster को साबात सरको गर्लफ्रेन्ड प्लिज के एक दो शब्द राखिदिनुहोस् हाम्रो यहाँ महानुभाव